Well, thank you for having me on this program. My name is Ferdinand Ngon Kemoum. I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Orabank Group. As you might be aware, Orabank Group is one of the fastest growing privately owned commercial banking groups in the region. We are present in 12 African countries spanning West and Central Africa. My job on a day-to-day basis is to lead a wonderful team of multi-talented, multinational Africans. Well, I guess I should start by commending our political leaders for having entered into this agreement, which actually paved the way, in my opinion, to strong growth in the future and a bright future for the continent overall. In terms of the role of the financial sector, I believe that the financial sector is the perfect conduit, when it comes to channeling the investment that are required, to uplift the infrastructure. If you talk of intra-African trade, you automatically talk about putting together some physical infrastructure to make sure that you can move goods from one part of the continent to another. And I believe that we, as the financial sector, the commercial banking sector, for instance, we are instrumental in doing that, first of all. And secondly, the financial sector is also very instrumental in terms of selecting the best possible projects and, structuring them, advising them, financing them, at least on the short term, while we are teaming up with other parties, to fund maybe the long term and the equity part of the transaction. And finally, I believe that we should not overlook the payment part. Commercial banks are here to obviously facilitate the payments, among all the African players who want to do business together. I guess that one of the fundamental value added that the AFCTA provides today is precisely to put together a number of mechanisms, to facilitate intra-African trade. 5 instruments were ratified from what I understand, but the ultimate goal of this instrument is actually to enhance intra-African trade by suppressing the tariff or harmonizing the tariff barriers, suppressing the non-tariff barriers, having a conversation around the norms and regulations, and having also a conversation within the business community as such, and facilitating the payments, as we said. There is a very bold initiative that is called the PAPS, Pan-African Payment Systems, which I believe is going to be very instrumental, in facilitating not only the trade, but even the life. We have a lot of Africans moving from one part of the continent to the other. I mean, the easier they can send back money to the families, the better for everybody, I guess. So yes, this arrangement changes a lot of things. Obviously, nobody believes that everything is going to be perfect overnight. It's a long journey we are starting. But I guess the most important thing is to make sure that every step is taken thoroughly and convincingly. Well, today, trade integration in Africa is made up of a number of commercial arrangements by region. Like, for instance, here in West Africa, where we are, we have the ECOWAS. In Central Africa, you have the ACCA, you have the SADC in Southern and Eastern Africa, and so on and so forth. So I believe that what the AFCTA is bringing on the table is the possibility of going an extra mile, and bringing together all the regional arrangement into one larger organization, one larger commercial and trade arrangement to the benefit of the population of this continent. So we are not starting from nowhere, definitively. We are starting from somewhere. In some of the trade arrangement that we have today, you already have, like here in West Africa or in Central Africa, we have the same currency. We have the same business law, which is already, from my standpoint, a good step forward. Now, how to the challenge is really how to take this to an extra mile. To go the extra mile and make sure that we take it to the Pan-African level. That's really the challenge. And I guess AFCTA is the right forum, to do that, to just achieve that. Well, I won't go into the nitty-gritty of the changes. I mean, the documentation is available. But as far as we are concerned, what we understand is that trade is likely to be facilitated. There is a strong will to facilitate intra-African trade. As far as our strategy is concerned, we believe that as a bank that is present in 12 African countries with a view to expand into more African countries, we believe that our strategy is perfectly in line with the views and the will of the AFCTA. So we won't change our strategy as such. What we're going to do is to continue doing what we started doing, that is financing intra-African trade, financing entrepreneurs that are doing business within the continent and also outside the continent, of course. Financing the women, financing the youth, financing the infrastructure which is needed to boost the intra-African business. So we believe we are in line, and our strategy is kind of in line with the objectives of the AFCTA. Well, I must say I'm positively impressed with what is being done, especially by the Afreximbank, which is one of the key players, in the implementation of the AFCTA. Obviously, one would like things to go a little bit faster, but whatever the pace, what is important from my standpoint is we've started a very exciting journey. We need to go into this journey. The African wisdom says that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with other peoples. And I guess this is the philosophy behind it. The idea is to bring all the African countries together and make sure that the journey is maybe long, but safe and with very large and very positive prospects. My last word is to say this is a dream that is coming true. From African of my generation, we were expecting this to happen in the years 2000 with the Lagos Agreement. It didn't happen, but it's never too late. I'm still very happy to embark on this journey today. And my message to the younger generation is to say, guys, you have a wonderful opportunity. You need to embrace it. And, the best is yet to come, I believe.